beer tubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at a new product that just showed up in our NB liquor stores. This one is another seasonal product. We're going to take a look at a product from Lake of Bays. This is their Wild North Series Pumpkin Ale. Now, it says celebrate sweater weather. With this refreshing malt-forward ale featuring Magnum and Fuggle hops, a pumpkin, autumn spice, and vanilla. Subtle notes of nut and caramel make it an ideal partner for harvest fare. Return for refund where applicable. I don't know. I've had a hit or miss luck with Lake of Bays. Some of their beers come off too plain. Some I just don't like. Some I like the Mocha Porter was really delicious. There was something else they made that was really good too. I can't remember what it is right now because I'm on the spot. But if I looked it up, I probably would remember. So this one, Baysville, Ontario. Yeah. And the other thing, of course, is the stereotype that, you know, pumpkin beers, just throw them in the trash or something like that. It's just, I don't know. You know, pumpkin spice everything tends to appear this time of year. And, of course, this thing is no different. But, you know, it's the part of the season. I mean, this season I like seeing harvest ales, I like seeing Marzens like Oktoberfest, and I like seeing pumpkin beers to a degree. Because really, pumpkin beers, we don't generally get a lot of them here. I mean, a couple years ago, we might have been able to drive down to Halifax to get Propeller's Pumpkin Ale, which actually now we get in 6-packs here. So now we've got probably like 5 or 6 different pumpkin beers this time of year. So it's actually nice to see some different variety here in St. John. So pumpkin beers are still kind of, you know, a bit of a rarity, but in these parts anyway. But I know everywhere else in the world, pumpkin spice is just taking over this time of year just before Halloween. So without further ado, let's crack the thing open and take a look. Hopefully I haven't shaken the can up too much with my spiel. A little bit of water at the bottom of my glass. Pour that out. That's nice. Alright, so let's get my photo before I continue drinking. Alright. Well, north. Can here, glass here. Yeah, that'll work. There. Alright. Good enough. Yeah, so in the time that it took me to take that picture, little I did get ahead is pretty much gone. There's like a nice foamy ring around the outside edge. Put a little bit more in my glass now. I kept up a little bit of carbonation for a while, but only like a little gust. Otherwise, the body kind of looks like a pumpkin ale. It's got this nice, rich, orange, almost reddish appearance. It's like amber. Looks nice. What little head it has is kind of got this like a tan head kind of color. It's a little off-white, maybe like scrambled egg or something like that. Looks all right. Actually, looking through that, it's a little hazy. There's definitely some particulate floating around in that. That's quite a bit of sediment. I mean, it's filtered a little. Obviously, they took a lot of the crud out, but they left some sediment behind, so it's definitely unfiltered in the sense that it's unfiltered. Looks really nice. So let's give it a sniff. Ooh. See. Stop spilling these fucking things on me. I'm not even drunk yet. Jeez. So yeah, I mean, I do get like vanilla and cinnamon, but I'm getting a satisfying amount of pumpkin out of this as well, which, you know, I really want out of a pumpkin beer. I don't want just straight up cinnamon, like Shipyard's Pumpkinhead, or I don't want like just pumpkin, like certain pumpkin pie beers, but, or, you know, I'd like to get a little bit of pumpkin, not just like Gahan's pumpkin with no fucking pumpkin in it. But this one here, I'm getting all three. I'm getting the spice, I'm getting different multiple spices, I'm getting the sweet malt, and I'm getting the pumpkin as well. So it's, you know, it smells pretty good, with that hint of vanilla too. It kind of melds with the pumpkin pretty nicely. That's a nice touch. Yeah, let's put her down the hatch. Cheers. I don't know. There's hardly any hops to speak of in this. There's like maybe a slight touch of earthy hops lingering in the back, but practically nothing at all. A little bit of toasted grain coming up through the back, but again, practically nothing at all. It's mostly this caramel, vanilla, hints of spices, and some schmutzy pumpkin puree. And an overall weird mouthfeel. And a strange, lingering, pumpkin-y aftertaste. It's definitely a pumpkin beer that kind of leans towards the pumpkin pie kind of type. But it doesn't have any bite. And it's not very clean. Oh, I had good hopes coming. Like, as soon as I saw got a sniff of this thing, I was like, that actually doesn't smell too bad. Or that whole unfiltered thing. But this one here, I'm just like, ugh. It's got this weird mouthfeel. Ugh. It's almost creamy and not in a good way. I would hope it'd have a cleaner finish than this, but it doesn't. Ugh. No, not my favorite pumpkin beer. Overall, I think it's kind of cloyingly, the drink. It's like, it's literally like drinking a beverage made with pumpkin puree, which it is, but not as well finished. I would expect a good pumpkin beer to be a little bit easier to drink in the stomach. This isn't it. 2.5. I'm just gonna give it a bare pass. It's just, it's not great. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, I'd drink it again if somebody were to hand me a can, but it's not like terrible. It's just not great. There's definitely other pumpkin beers out there. Even Propellers is better than this, and I would definitely recommend that over this. This, barely passable, barely avoidable. And I'll try it if you want to, but there's better beers out there. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review of Wild North Pumpkin Ale. Sorry, by Lick of Bays. We'll talk to you folks later. Cheers.